focus on Eicher Motors. The company reported double-digit growth in the CV sales. Do note that this is the second consecutive month of higher sales. To discuss the demand, the trends on ground, we're joined by Mr. Vinod Aggarwal, the MD and CEO of Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicles. Hi, Mr. Aggarwal. Good morning, and thanks a lot for joining in. Well, tell us about this growth. It's looking quite good. Double-digit is what you've done. For the remainder of this year, what kind of a number can you guide? Are you looking at mid-double-digit? Is it going to be low double-digit or high double-digit growth in terms of volumes? And are you outpacing the industry? If yes, by how much?
No, if you look at our track record, for last few years, we have been outpacing the industry consistently. So our strategy is to continue to outpace the industry. And the reason for outpacing is that we have a very strong product line and our network is becoming stronger and stronger. Now, the second thing is how is the industry situation. As far as the commercial vehicle industry is concerned, I would say first 3 months of this year have not been as good as we would have liked it to be. However, going forward, my expectation is that the industry will do well because now the stable government is in place and there are continuation of all the economic policies. That's what it looks like. Now we are looking forward to the budget and we expect that the investments in infrastructure will continue to remain strong and there is very strong replacement demand lined up. As of now, the customers want to replace, but for the time being, even though they are holding up little bit because of the monsoons, therefore we are expecting that the industry will definitely do very well starting from September onwards and then festive season, and we are expecting good monsoon. Rural economy also is expected to do well. So therefore, overall CV industry, we are expecting it will do well in the balance part of the year. And of course, our strategy will continue to do better than the industry.
So what does the industry grow by then, sir? You said that you would like quarter 1 to be better, but you're optimistic that things improve from here on. So what's the industry growth then that you're working with?
Hopefully, it should be double digit or near double digit, or you can say a little bit higher than the double digit.
Okay, and you will grow at what? 1.2, 1.3, 1.5 times what the market grows?
No, it's very difficult to give the exact number, but it is wise to say that our strategy is always to do better because we have a lot of room for growth. If you look at the heavy-duty trucks, our market share is still around 9% only. So it's a huge market and there is a huge room for growth for us.
Mr. Aggarwal, hi, sir. Morning, Surabhi here. When I saw your numbers, I double-checked. I read them again. And the reason is that you're the first among your peers to show this kind of growth on the CV side. None of the other companies, Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, all of them have been either absolutely flat or slightly lower. So which is why I just want to go back to the basics and try and understand where the growth is coming from. I mean, is it from certain regions, which is the state or which is the segment? Just trying to understand if this is a flash in the pan or if this is sustainable. Give us some more color on ground on what's gone into this June number and what makes you confident.
If you look into the segments, I think currently the buses segment is doing extremely well. Overall, bus industry, it has grown in first quarter by 35%. The second big growth is coming from exports. Exports seem to have bottomed out now. As you know, till last year end, the exports were dropping significantly and as compared to the earlier peak of 18-19. But this year, quarter 1, the exports have gone up by 31% as far as the overall industry is concerned. Our exports growth has been more than 50% in first quarter. So we have done relatively better in exports. We are doing well in buses, even though our bus industry growth is little bit lower than the industry. But overall, we are doing very well in bus segment also. If you look at the heavy-duty trucks and light and medium-duty trucks, there the growth rates are very, very subdued. Their heavy-duty trucks are almost flat. There is not much growth. That's why I was saying quarter 1 is not as good as we had expected it to be. Similarly, light and medium-duty trucks also, there has been very, very marginal growth for quarter 1. So we expect that these heavy-duty trucks and light and medium-duty trucks, they will grow much better in the balance part of the year, especially from September onwards. So as far as we are concerned, we have done better.
Why do you feel that, sir? Why do you feel that? Because that's been the industry's Achilles heel. heavy trucks and even medium-duty trucks, they're simply not picking up. The heavy-duty commercial vehicles, despite the fact that this is a very vibrant economy, right? Economic growth, there's no complaint over there. So what makes you confident that things will change from September?
I think the fundamental is the economic growth. If all of us believe that the economy is growing, and the economy last year has grown by 8% plus, and this year also all the projections are that it will grow 7 to 8%. And if you believe in that, the government is going to spend 11 lakh crores in infrastructure. Then if the infrastructure spend happens, then you need trucks. So therefore, the tippers, construction trucks, heavy-duty trucks, and better roads, then migration to the tractor segment.
Sure.
That will be good. So it's fundamental factor.
So just to come back to your own business, you said that in the first quarter, your exports have done very well, and that's where the growth is coming in from. So as a percentage of the total business, how much were exports in FY24 and how much will they be in this year, FY25? And also what impact does that have on your margin? Because in Q4, your margins had come down. I mean, year on year, there was a drop in margin. So now with exports picking up, I just want to understand how that affects the margin profile.
Exports overall still are much lower because with the drop in the overall export segment till last year, the exports, which used to be around 15% of our turnover, last year it dropped to almost 5 to 7%. And now from that low base, it has started growing. So therefore, I would not say that the exports are still contributing the large numbers. Large numbers are still coming from heavy-duty trucks and light and medium-duty trucks and buses. But of course, it's a good thing that the exports also have started growing. As far as the margins are concerned, we have rightly said we are at a EBITDA margin of around 8% last year, and our objective is to improve on that, and we are working on it.
All right, let's get a couple of numbers going then, sir. You know, your exports have grown, as you mentioned, and you're quite candid about that. In the last year, if I look at the financial year, actually exports were down 24-25% on a year-on-year basis. Absolutely. And now on that low base, it's seeing a recovery. And so on that low base, what kind of a growth can you see? The previous year, you did around 4,900 units. For the last year, you did around 3,700 units. So on 3,700 units, could we see a growth of at least around 50%, or does it double? Because it's a very, very low base and the first quarter has done well. So what do you end this year?
First quarter growth is 50% plus.
Yes.
If you look at the Bangladesh market market has started growing. Nepal also has started growing. And Sri Lanka, we are expecting that after elections in October, there should be positive traction. They will lift the ban on import of trucks. Middle East is growing very well. Africa is also growing. So therefore, all export markets where India is exporting, I think they are expected to do better. So therefore, we would expect very strong double-digit growth in the full year.
No, double digits, sir. That's going to be you're being very conservative there.
So it's very difficult to
should we work, sir? Sir, should we work with the number of close to around 6,000 units for the year? You did 5,000 in FY23. So for the year,
at the peak level, we were at 10,000.
Correct. Correct.
Yes. So to reach 10,000. So that's what our objective. 10,000. We have to first reach 10,000. Then of course we have to grow much beyond 10,000. That's our aim. Long-term goal.
And 10,000 in FY25 or FY26?
Let's hope that it happens faster.
Okay.
So that's on exports. Now let's combine it with the overall business, domestic business as well, which is, like you're saying, bus demand is good. So given that things are looking up and the first quarter has gone down well, give us a picture for the full financial year in terms of total volume growth, top line growth, and you just told us that you're looking to improve margins this year. By how much?
Look, first if you look at the numbers, last year we had sold 85,560 full year.
Yes.
Which is growth of 7.5% as against industry growth of 3.9%. So last year we were all-time high, and this year quarter one we are doing well, and then hopefully we will grow on 85,560. So there, of course, it's anybody's guess. It can be near double digit or more than double digit. So it will depend how much the industry grows. As I mentioned, we are expecting the industry to grow by a double digit. If industry grows by double digit, we should do better than that. And that will be the growth on overall 85,560 of last year. As far as the margins are concerned, the good thing is there is a lot of, you can say, the industry is conscious that the discounts are not good for the industry, and everyone is working on it. Everyone is trying to cut down the discounts, which is a good sign. And we are also working on how to improve the price management, how to do the value selling. So with that, our aim will be to continue to improve the price management. And based on that, of course, the margins should improve. How much it will improve, it is very difficult to say.
But
Okay.
so the aspiration, like, I mean, you mentioned that you're going to try, but how much it will happen, we can't say. But what is it that you're aspiring for? 100 basis points, 200 basis points? What's the target range?
You know, Mr. Aggarwal, just to add, Mr. Aggarwal, last year you improved by around 50 basis points. You know, it was at around 8%, that compares with around 7.5%. So you think that you can replicate that because the growth is going to be a little bit better than the 7.5% that you did last year. So do you think another 50 basis points would be par for the course, give and take everything?
No, that there will be operating leverage because when the
Yes.
volume goes up, the fixed costs don't go up in the same ratio.
Yes.
So therefore, there will be some improvement because of the operating leverage itself. And then there will, if we are on top of it, if we are able to do better price management, then I think the margins should do better than last year. I will not
All right.
like to put a number on it, but of course,
Okay.
the objective is to do better.
Okay, and you gave us the number for heavy-duty trucks. I think your market share is around 9% that you mentioned.
Yes.
What about on buses?
On buses, in light and medium-duty buses, we are at around 25%.
25%.
And in bigger buses, we are still at around 8-9% only.
Okay. All right, sir. Great conversation. But before we let you go, we are running up to a very important event. All eyes on the budget in July. So what is on your wish list for the finance minister?
Of course, we are expecting that the focus on infrastructure investments will become even stronger. In the interim budget, the allocation was 11.1 lakh crores. We are expecting that that should even go up further. The second expectation is that there should be some boost to the rural economy because if you look at entry-level passenger cars or entry-level two-wheelers, there has been stress in that, and that entry-level demand comes from the rural markets. So we expect that there should be some boost to the rural economy so that rural consumers, they start coming back more and more. And with good monsoon or better monsoon this year, hopefully rural economy should do better. So therefore, we are expecting the government should focus on the rural economy more. And then, of course, we are expecting that there should be more, you can say, incentives for the electric vehicles because migration to electric vehicles is very important. As of now, migration is happening, but it is very slow. So therefore, some continuation of the incentive schemes like FAME 3 or any other incentive, we are expecting that there will be incentives on the electric vehicles, and there will be some incentive on the scrappage of vehicles. Because as of now, the scrappage scheme is there, but of course, to work it effectively, I think some incentive is required from the government so that the scrappage scheme works effectively. So that's what our wish list from the fiscal budget.
All right, we'll leave it there, sir. Good speaking with you, Mr. Aggarwal, and we'll chat again. Appreciate you joining in here with a lot of that perspective.